日本ニュースタイムへようこそ。Welcome to another JNEWS. This is a redo. I'm re-uploading a video that I did, the last video actually, which had a small but significant mistake. And I wanted to concentrate or maybe make my points a little bit clearer, especially for those of you who are beginners. So the last video, and let me just back up a little bit. The last video, unfortunately, I often use a source called INTONATION, and for some reason they often erase their own content. I don't know why, but that's what has happened in this case. So the video that I'm actually teaching is gone. Yeah, but we can still learn quite a bit from the language, so let's go to it. Anyway, so let me tell you the story very quickly before we go on to it. So some drunk guy was at a station in Tokyo, and he spit on the ground, and some homeless man told him, "Hey, dude, don't spit. That's rude. Apologize." And so the guy takes out a knife and stabs him, and he's arrested. And he claims self-defense, but you know, that's basically the story. Okay, very, very simple. So let's get to the language that you can see on, well, actually on my right here. Okay, so tsuba, and I'm going to read with you, and I'm going to highlight right here. See with the blue. Okay, so let's blow this up a little bit bigger so you can see it a little bit bigger here. Okay, alrighty, let's go. So tsuba haku na to iware, kankoku seki no toko dansei o sasu. That is the headline. Let's go through the headline. Headlines are typically in every language grammatically simple, grammatically incorrect, but they get the message across. So tsuba is spit. Haku is the verb to spit. So don't spit your spit, basically. And na is don't. So actually, don't spit your spit. Right there. Tsuba. Spit, haku, na. This is the Japanese symbol for don't do it. To iware, to be told. To is the preposition that follows something that is quoted. So whenever you see this, and whenever you see this mark here and this mark here, these weird brackets, that is equivalent to the English or American, British English, whatever, quotation marks. So, tsuba haku na is what was said. To, this indicates that was said. Iware, to be said. You is the verb. You, but in passive tense, iware, to be told, to be said. Kankoku seki. Kankoku seki is someone who is of the Kankoku being South Korean. Kankoku seki no otoko. So a South Korean man. Dansei is gentleman. Sasu. So a gentleman was stabbed. Okay. In this, well, you know, gentleman is a bit, I'm a bit generous with that word, but let's get to it. And then, of course, we have the date, 2017, September 30th. Okay. So let's look at the vocabulary one more time. Tsuba is spit, the noun. Haku is also spit, but the verb. Na means to don't do something. And this is one of the points that I want you to remember from this lesson, especially if you are a low-level student. It's kind of a secret of Japanese communication. If you add na to any verb, it basically means don't do it in a command form. So for example, if you know the verb for touch, sawaru, to touch, and you want someone not to touch you, you would say Sawaruna. Sawaruna. Don't touch me. If you want someone to not eat something, do you know the verb for eat in Japanese? It's taberu. I'll write it out for you since you might be new for this. Taberu. And the kanji would be taberu, right? And you want someone not to eat, you would just say, just a minute, this is to eat. And you want someone not to eat something, you would simply add na to that at the end. So here we would just add na like this. Na, taberu, na, or taberuna. Don't eat, do not eat. Okay. and it's a command form. Again, don't touch, Sawaruna, Sawarunayo. Oh, and often you will see the stressor yo at the end. So, of course, Sawaruna means don't touch, but you'll often hear people say Sawarunayo, don't touch that. Now, the yo is typically a stressor in Japanese, but depending on your intonation, because remember, intonation is everything. Depending on your intonation, that could actually be softer or stronger. So remember, intonation is everything. So Sawarunayo means, come on, man, don't touch that. Or Sawarunayo could be stronger, but generally speaking, it actually softens it in this case. Okay, so again, review. To is a particle following something you quoted. To. Iware is to be told. Iware comes from the verb you. The original verb, one more time, is you. To say. Okay. Whoops. Short for iwareru, so to be told. Iware is, because this is a title, it's continuing the action. So instead of saying the whole verb, which is iwareru, we just stop at iware. Kankoku seki, someone who is officially registered as a Korean national, Korean citizen. No is a possessive. This is like the apostrophe S. So let's go back and look at it. Tsuba haku na, don't spit. To iware, being told.韓国籍の男, so a Korean's man, right? Dansei sas, dansei is a gentleman, and sas is stab. Where are we? There we are. Yeah, dansei is a gentleman, and basically the same as otoko. Otoko is a bit rougher. Okay. Now what I'm going to do right now is there's a link in the description going to the article, which may or not be up at this point, but you have it here in the description. At least you can learn from that. I'm going to read through it. This is just me reading it. I have not put out the English for it, so you'll have to listen. But I'll give you a link where you can look stuff up if you want, if you really want to listen, practice your listening. It's very, and reading, of course. It's very short though. Ready? Tokyo no JR Gotanda eki mae de homeless no dansei ga knife de migi mune o sasare 40代の韓国籍の男が殺人未遂の疑いで逮捕されました。Okay, what does that mean? Tokyo, apostrophe S, so the Tokyo's, so Tokyo JR is a Japanese rail, it's a company, Japanese rail system like Amtrak or something. Gotanda is a place name. Gotanda, eki mae, eki of course is station. Mae is before. Ekimae would be the station. Often stations are named like this station actually is right before this place. So you might have stations actually called Ekimae. Anyway, Gotanda Ekimae de indicates a place, a location where something actually happens, a place. Homeless, and that's a homeless, but notice the Japanese homeless no apostrophe S. Dansei, a homeless gentleman. Ga, subject marker. Knife, with a knife. De, by a knife. Migi, mune, right chest. In the right chest. O, whoops. O, sasare, was stabbed. Sasu is to stab. Passive tense, was stabbed. 40代, someone in his 40s. 40代の韓国籍, so, no otoko. A man from of Korean nationality in his 40s. 40代の韓国籍の男が, subject marker ga. 殺人 murder. 未遂 attempted, basically. Attempted murder. 殺人未遂の疑い on suspicion of attempted murder. で by or because of or for. 逮捕されました. So arrested. So arrested on suspicion of attempted murder, a man of Korean descent in his 40s, stabbed someone in the right chest with a knife, a homeless man. Okay, where at Gotanda Ekimae, which is JR in Tokyo. Okay, the location there. Now notice here in the next section here, we're going to have the word koto here, which generally mean if you've studied any Japanese, koto just means thing, but in this case it means slash. It's like AKA, like I don't know, Peter Parker / Spider-Man. You that kind of thing. It's used that way. So let's go to it, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. Okay, so it's a very short one. So hang in there. Ready? Kankoku no Oshima Takeshi. That is his Japanese name. Now, many people with Japanese names who are of Korean descent also retain their Korean names. So he is Kankoku seki no Oshima Takeshi. That is his Japanese name. This is his name, Oshima Takeshi. He is of Korean descent. Koto / or in other words, AKA, also known as Tei Keigo, right? Yogisha, suspect. So the suspect, who is 46 years old, and the way you read this is just Yonjuroku. Yogisha is the suspect. So a 46-year-old suspect by the name of Tei Keigo, aka Oshima Takeshi of Korean descent, subject marker. In this case, topic marker, topic marker. 30日, on the 30th, gozen, in the AM, 8時半, 8:30 a.m. Goro, about. We talked about that before. Shinagawa-ku, in Shinagawa Ward. Higashi Gotanda, we've talked about that before. That's an area in Tokyo. No, JR Gotanda Ikimae, of course, we've talked about that before. That's also a location. De, at this place. A 60-year-old 60 dai gurai, about. There's another word for about. So we just learned goro, which is about, and this is gurai. Kurai or gurai also. About, in this case, kurai. 60 dai kurai no homeless, a homeless man in his 60s. Dansei, no dansei. So actually, no dansei would be a gentleman. A gentleman, a homeless gentleman in about his 60s at JR Gotanda Ekimae, which is at Higashi Gotanda in Shinagawa-ku, Shinagawa Prefecture, with koron ninari. Koron ninari is to become, to have a quarrel. Ninari is to become, to become in a quarrel, literally, to become in a quarrel with a man. So someone got in a fight with a man. Well, who got in a fight? This guy, well, Teiko, the Korean guy. The Korean guy got in a fight with a homeless man. So, moteita, holding, knife. The knife that he was holding, with the knife that he was holding, he stabbed the man, dansei no migi mune, in the right chest. In the right chest, he stabbed the man, in the right chest, the man, sashita, he stabbed. He stabbed the man in the right chest. Utagai, suspected of. Ga motareteimasu. This is a set phrase. Utagai ga motaretemasu. Suspected of stabbing. So suspected of stabbing in the right chest the man with the knife that he was holding after they got in a fight, etc. Now, here is one reason I'm remaking this video. One of my viewers, thank you very much for noticing this mistake in the last video. I inadvertently, mistakenly, I shouldn't just make it very clear. I mistakenly said the dansei is the Korean guy, but in this sentence coming up right here, the dansei in this sentence is the homeless man. So the homeless man, dansei, the gentleman, wa zenchi. And this, by the way, if you look it up, it can be pronounced zenji or zenchi. Both pronunciations apparently okay. Zenchi is more common. Zenchi. Dansei wa zenchi 1週間の怪我をしました. Now let's go back to the very simple sentence here. 怪我をしました, to be injured. Now, zenchi 1週間 is a set phrase. Whenever someone is injured and you want to know how long it will take to heal that person, use this sentence pattern. It will take 1 week for that person to be healed completely. Zenchi means completely healed. But it's always using this set pattern of completely healed, zenchi, plus time period. So zenchi 1週間. So this man suffered an injury, 怪我をしました. That suffered an injury. That will take 1 week to heal. 警視庁, the police station, 警視庁によりますと, according to the police department, Tei Yogisha, this is, remember the Korean name, the Japanese newspapers decided to use a Korean name. Tei Yogisha wa toji, at the time. Toji what? At the time. So at the time, Tei Yogisha was drunk. Sake o nondeite. て he had been drinking. 事件現場で at the scene of the crime 唾を吐いた he spit. Literally, he spit saliva. Tsuba, saliva. I guess saliva is a better way to explain that for clarity's sake. Saliva o haita. Tokoro. Tokoro means at the moment. At the moment that he spit saliva at the scene of the crime, tsuba o haku na, ayamare. Don't spit your saliva. Apologize. Said to. Remember, quote was homeless no dansei ni chuisare. Chuisare is to warn someone. So he was warned by a gentleman who happened to be homeless, and this is the quote. And then hanko ni oyonda toyu koto desu. And a crime was committed, and we're talking about the stabbing in the chest. Torishirabe ni taishite. Set phrase you will often see in crime videos or articles that say, according to the investigation, Tei Yogisha wa, the suspect Tei. And in this section here, this section is not actually in the video, but so it's in red. But the video is gone now, so I might as well teach you this as if it were in the video, because you cannot see the video anymore. Homeless ni odokasare. 持っていたナイフで防御したと容疑者を否認しています。So, the suspect denied, what did he deny? He claimed self-defense. He said that he was intimidated or threatened. I was threatened by the homeless man. So he told the police, I was threatened by the homeless man. This, by the way, we'll get this into a minute. This can be pronounced two different ways. Let me explain that in a minute. But homeless ni odokasare, 持っていたナイフで防御したと容疑を否認しています。Let's do this again. According to the investigation, the suspect named Tei claimed, I was threatened by the homeless man. Yes. So with the knife that I held, that I was carrying, I defended myself, he said. And he denied the suspicion. Okay. Let's look at that verb here. Odokasareru. Odokasareru. Now this verb, if you look it up, can be pronounced two different ways. Odokasu, this way over here, odokasu, or obiyakasu. And you can't really tell which one is being used until you hear someone say it, but both are technically correct. Okay. Now, something that I did not know when I started this lesson, two words I did not know, though I could figure out quite easily from, especially the first one, I figured out from the use. The first one is zenchi, full recovery. This means full, and this means recovery or to heal. So full recovery, zenchi. Also pronounced zenji. I guess I should add that, but not very common. Most of my students say, no, it's zenchi, but I looked in the dictionary and both exist. And then bogyo. Bogyo, which means defense. So when you claim self-defense, you use this word. Now, apparently, some of the people watching this video said, hey, I knew that word because I play video games. But I don't play video games, so I did not know that word. It's not a word. But I was watching Walking Dead, and in one of the scenes, one of the characters said, do you trust me with the defense of Alexandria? And he used the same expression. So, thank you. It is used that way. Okay, so that's basically the lesson. Everything I've talked about, all the notes are in the description, so please check that out. And I guess that's all I have for you for now. Thank you very much for watching. I will be back for more shorter videos in the near future. But again, good luck with your Japanese studying. It takes a while, you know. You got to put the work in. And even people like me who've been here a long time, we make mistakes. But this video is to rectify the past mistake of the past video. I hope you guys do appreciate that. And keep watching. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.